Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Another edition of Bill's Vlog. Coming off a weekend where we had some weather in the area and some. Oh, the cat's over here. He's acting crazy. But anyway, something's on my mind. It kind of annoys me, and I want to just get it out there and talk to everybody about it. So we'll talk about the rain outs, the weather outs, and all the trash talking online, which is what really kind of ticks me off. And also have some questions for everybody towards the end of the video. I want to cover some things, maybe a little history too. So yeah, that's what's going to happen today. This cat wants it. Let me get the cat. Hold on one second. Let me just grab the camera. He just distracted me. Come on, get in here. You know, it's hard to stay focused or concentrated on what I'm doing when he's over there scratching at the door. He jumps up on the windowsill with his paws and peeks in like this. He learned that from Honeycrisp. The dog would put her paws on the door. But anyhow, he's in here now, so he'll probably be a real pain in the butt here in a minute. But back to what I was saying. So last weekend we were supposed to race Friday, Williams Grove, Saturday. Lincoln was supposed to race as well as Port Royal. Yeah, he wants in that tire. We're doing a bunch of shipments here. Danny just left. He's been giving me a hand. We've been really busy kicking ass here. So curiosity, right? The curiosity killed the cat. That's what they always say. He's not gonna die in that tire, but he's got to check everything out. So anyway, I'm getting off track here. Long story short, the weather for the weekend. If you're local, you'll know this. If not, follow along. The weather for the weekend was very questionable. What that means is Thursday night into Friday, we had a pretty good amount of rain, cold, windy temperatures on Friday. Sun did come out some, but not a whole lot. And then Saturday, kind of the same thing. There were showers through the area forecasted, along with pretty strong winds. So the temperatures were just medium. I think Saturday it might hit 60 degrees. So, excuse me. I just had some pretzels. You know, I don't drink much soda, but probably Canada Dry would be my go-to if I'm going to drink anything. Anyway, Friday afternoon, probably around 12, 1 o'clock, Williams Grove decides they're done. They're going to pull the plug. Surprised, yes and no. I figured they were going to race, but they decided not to. The track was soft. They had they had more rain than they anticipated. Early Friday morning, late Thursday night. They canceled. We're like almost ready to go. They canceled. Okay, it is what it is. Let's go forward 24 hours. Not even 24 hours. Saturday morning, look at the forecast. Not that great again. I would say by, I don't know, 9, 10 o'clock. I'm not exactly sure what time because we were here working. Lincoln cancels, pulls the plug. They were supposed to start at 6 p.m., so it was kind of a late start. Port Royal decides they're all in. They're going to race regardless. They're going for it. They haven't raced yet this year. They're going to race. BAPS local track also races. They start, I think, at 4 o'clock, which same time Port Royal starts. Okay, so Lincoln cancels. Here's where things start to, turn for me. And I'm going to share this with you, and you can tell me what you think. Every time something happens and the track cancels, I shouldn't say every time. When the weather could go either way, and the track decides, you know what, we're canceling. There are so many jabronis on the internet just shooting off, popping off all the time. Oh, they don't want to race. The famous thing from the Grove, every time the Grove cancels. And by the way, they did the right thing by pulling the plug Friday night. It was wet. It was going to be miserable out, windy, so on and so forth. Just not ideal conditions. Every time the Grove cancels in a situation like that, oh my gosh, let's just say She needs to sell the track. Somebody needs to get in there and run it that really wants to run it. Blah, blah, blah. All these people commenting. Comments. Give it a rest, all right? You did the right thing. Saturday, same thing. Lincoln canceled, high winds. It did eventually rain here between 4 and 5 p.m., which, of course, would have been the time everybody's at track. Well, they don't want to race. Oh, don't surprise me. They're not going to get any fans. They're not getting any cars. This person, they just, they ain't in it for real racing. All this crap. So I read it all online, and it pisses me off. And I'm going to tell you why it pisses me off. Because a lot of these people that post this shit online, I don't think they were even going to go to the races anyway. They're going to sit home and watch it on TV, or maybe not even watch it at all. You're just sitting on the internet trolling, looking for a reason to complain. Give it up. It's fucking annoying. Excuse my language. It's freaking annoying. And I have the experience of seeing some of these people out in public. I'll go out, me and my wife were here or there, wherever. And I know these people that talk to me, walk up and talk to me, they weren't going to the races. They haven't been to a race all year. They may not go to the races at all. But sure enough, they're going to be online complaining, bashing the track, bashing the promoter, blah, blah, blah. Well, you know what? Sit down. Nobody needs to hear your crap. It's old. It's worn out. Okay? So that annoys me. I wanted to just kind of vent here with you guys this morning. And if you're that person, fine. You can keep commenting if you want. I'm just saying that, you know what? It's getting old. Okay? It's March. Even, what do you expect? The weather's crappy this time of year. Tracks don't want to lose money. And do you really want to go sit in 30-mile-an-hour winds? I mean, I wasn't disappointed to cancel. Now Port Royal raced. Kudos to them. They had some rain delays. Danny was there. My parents were there. And it was cold and miserable. And they didn't have many people in the stand. So, did they make money? Maybe they did. I don't know. But if I'm a promoter, I really have to question whether or not I should race. So, comment below. Let me know what you think. Respond right down here with what I just said about the Facebook trolls, the internet trolls about cancellations. It's so annoying. And then, especially when I talk to people face to face, and I know they ain't going to the races, but all they're going to do is bitch about the races canceling. So, that's that, right? I kind of have another spin-off on this. I'm going to throw this out there, and it's I'm going to call it the diehard racer. The diehard racer, the diehard race fan. It's something I think about when I read these comments, and what I just said there, I think back to, I don't know, say the 90s, right? Everybody wants to go back in time. Well, let's go back in time to the 90s, even the early 2000s. And I felt like back then, even the fans were more diehard than they are now. In other words, I just got done saying, oh, this person's going to complain about the races canceled. They weren't going anyway, right? It seemed like back in the day, people were just diehard race fans and diehard racers. They just went to the races because it was what they wanted to do. It was an experience. It was an event. Of course, the phone has to ring, so I'll be right back. Hold on one second. Okay, I'm back. Anyway, what I was saying, diehard race fans, diehard racers back in. Is it still a thing? Are you still out there? Is it a thing of the past? Sometimes I feel like the diehard racer and the diehard race fan is becoming less and less and less, right? And I can kind of relate to that personally. There wasn't a Friday or Saturday night where we didn't go to the races unless it was pouring down rain, and they already canceled. Like even if the weather was questionable, if they were racing, we were going. And the fans showed up too. Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays, back then, 3 nights a week. So, yeah, diehard race fans still a thing? I'm sure there are. I see a lot of race fans at the races every week, but the amount is smaller, I would think, from what I see from then till now. And a lot of my friends from racing back then, I know they don't go to the races anymore. They're just burned out. They went to their races a lot over the years, and they just kind of quit going. So that leads me to another question. What's the go or the no-go for you guys? If you're out there, let me know below. Like, was it this weekend when it was calling for rain, but they raced anyway? Are you willing to go to the racetrack and sit in a rain delay? What do you have to do at Port Royal? Are you just going to be flat out saying, no, I ain't going? I'm just not going to sit out in the weather and take the chance on it. So what is the like I said, the go, the no-go, the maybe, the not, so on and so forth? I know for me, the older I get, the more it looks questionable, the more I have to think about whether or not I really want to go. What's he doing over here? He's just trouble. So that kind of covers all my thoughts from the weekend and all the, Heather reads stuff online too. We took the weekend. We didn't race either day, although we were ready to go. Here he comes. He's over here. And we went out. We did our thing for the weekend. We had a good time. Went to Big Hill on Sunday. Had a couple of cups of cider. And they had some cheese flights there. But anyway, Heather reads all these posts online. And she's just like, man, these people want to complain about all this stuff. I'm like, yeah. So I've been thinking about it, so that's why I made this video. I figured I'd move these little screwdrivers. Shout out to Matt Mullins. His name's right on there. Hooked us up with some screwdrivers this week. This is the kind of stuff the cat likes to play with. But anyway. All right, so we're going to change subjects here quick, and then we'll wrap this up. But I'm thinking about, and I want everybody's input, doing a Q&A, just me and my brother, maybe reading some comments out there. And, I try and read all the comments from the videos, but sometimes I just get behind on them with the comments coming in through today. But what would you guys like to know about me and Danny or anything like that? Just put them in the comments below. I'm thinking if he feels up to it sometime, maybe we'll sit down and we'll both get in front of the camera like this and just read through some comments and read through some questions. So if you got any questions for us, put them in the comments below. I'd love to read them, keep them all in line, which I know most of you will. There's a few of you out there I know like to get a little sideways once in a while, but that's okay. So yeah, if you got any Q&A for me and Danny, put them in the comments. I'm going to make a whole list. And someday we're going to knock them off. We're going to write down the list. But all right, so the last thing for today, and something really cool that was brought up to my attention, Rick Rare, SprintCarNews.com, sent me a clip on, I think it was on Snapchat actually, from 1990. And my dad was driving the Cooper Motors Ford-powered number 25 American Challenger chassis. And it was a day race at the Grove. Back then, the Grove raced during the day on Sundays, I feel like through the whole month of March. And he was scheduled to start 24th in the race. And the race, by the end of the feature, Double D, the OG Double D, was standing on the front stretch. Last to first, Williams Grove daytime surface track, which was pretty freaking awesome. I was there. I was 1990. I'd have been 8 years old at that point in time. I was there with my friend Wesley, my neighbor kid from across the way here. We went to the races. I remember we were standing in turns 1 and 2 in the infield and watched the race. And I was like in shock. I don't know how else to say it. I was just in shock with the fact that Dad won the race. I don't remember what happened and why he had to start so far back, but he did. And he had that Ford car rolling. And, you know, you see that Ford car in the intro to the videos sometimes. I think there's 2 pictures in there of Ford with my dad. So I just want to throw that in there. And if you see my dad around, he remembers that. So give him a high five. Tell him that you heard about it on the YouTube channel. Or if you were there, you know all about it. So that's going to be a wrap. I got to get back to work. I just stopped here to eat a little lunch. I didn't have much lunch today, so I had some cheese and some pretzels and this Canada Dry. So anyway, I hope you have a great week. By all means, let me know what you're thinking about this video below. Like, subscribe, BillyDietrich.com for merch. I don't know, just threw that out there. Hope you have a good week. And me and the white cat here are going to get back to work. And he's chasing flies. So, all right, we'll talk to you later. See you, everybody.